This news came as such a surprise that Jacinda Ardern had to dismiss suggestions that she was trying to get ahead of a scandal by resigning, or that she was stepping down because her party has been trailing the main opposition Conservative Party in the recent voter polls. Now, Ardern, as you know, became New Zealand's youngest leader in more than 150 years when she was elected back in 2017. Her win was viewed around the world as an antidote to the populist politics of the time that included Bolsonaro and Donald Trump. Now, when global interest grew in 2018 also, she became the second world leader in modern times to have a baby in office. Do remember, Pakistan's Benazir Bhutto was the first. More recently, however, local sentiment towards her government has soured as their country emerges from a long period of pandemic isolation. Now, New Zealand is also grappling with many of the pressures seen elsewhere, including inflation, rising interest rates, and housing affordability issues. It is also facing localized problems such as a string of raids on jewelry stores and corner store robberies that have led to a sort of perception among some voters that her administration is soft on crime. The Ardern-led Labour Party has also been facing major political challenges ahead of the October 14 election. Now, for almost a year, the party has polled behind the centre-right National Party, led by a former aviation executive. Now, as of December, support for her Labour Party was at 33%, compared with 38% for the National Party. Internationally, though, her star power has endured. But on her home ground, Ardern's fall in popularity, safe to say, has been declining steadily. Now, with an election coming up and her surprise announcement, her party is faced with the task of again invigorating a Labour Party with flagging support, this time, though, a known quantity and with a decidedly less optimistic public behind them. Analysts we're speaking to, though, believe that the greatest propellant of Ardern's slide sits mostly outside her control, with New Zealand's Reserve Bank staring down at an inflation rate of 7.2%, announced its plans to engineer a shallow recession this year to try to jolt the country out of the inflationary cycle. Now, already the bank has hiked the official cash rate, driving up homeowners' mortgage payments. Secondly, petrol prices, they started spiking mid-year in New Zealand, and grocery costs are up 10.7% annually. Now, while polling over recent months has placed the Ardern-led Labour Party slightly behind the opposition, the National Party, Ardern says her decline in the polls is not behind the decision to leave.